Good morning. I'll have to look at the date, and it's the 15th. It's Saturday morning, and I'm at the Hampton Inn. This is my breakfast. A waffle and some sausages. That's all they have at the moment. I had a banana, and I will probably get some eggs if they get some out there. Anyway, beautiful day, and I'll come back with you in a few minutes. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm at Winding Stair Gap, and it is Saturday morning. What is the date today? 15th. April 15th, day before Easter. So I've got a special guest with me. He's my shuttle driver this morning. So why don't you tell us who you are and what you're doing?
Okay, I'm Ken Murphy with the Nantahala Hiking Club, and we offer rides to hikers back from the town of Franklin out to the trail. And that's one of the free service. In addition, our club maintains the trail through this part of North Carolina.
Excellent. And I got to ride in a Jeep. Again, that was my first. I'll wait for the car to go by. A Jeep CJ7 was my first vehicle, so it was cool to get to ride in a Jeep again. But anyway, thanks so much. I'll get back with you soon. Got done showing my shuttle driver and the scenery here. I'm still at Winding Stair Gap. I had to walk up to the other parking lot because, ta-dum, some trail magic.
Want something? Please. He's skipping that.
Yep, I'll say something to him in just a second. So, yes, ma'am, tell us who you are and what you're doing here.
Grace, and I'm here for some little trail magic because I believe in getting more than you deserve.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. I'm pretty well resupplied, but I got some Propel packets here in one of these baskets. So that's something that I definitely needed. We thank you, Miss Grace.
Yes.
I sure appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Well, you have a great...
Nice to meet you, disciple. Yes, nice to meet you.
Thank you. You have a great Easter.
Thank you.
Enjoy Resurrection Sunday.
Yes. Would you like a hard-boiled egg in memory of Resurrection Sunday?
So the weather for the day is like a carbon copy of what it's been for the last week, or well, since I started on Tuesday. Really days even before that. So I'm just out of Winding Stair Gap, and oh my, look at this. Wow. Oh, fly rod, brook trout. Wow, this is gorgeous. So I think today is going to be 68 degrees, very little wind. Although, you know what, I do think there's a chance of higher winds, which would be nice for a little bit of a breeze. Chance of rain like almost every day, and tonight's low is around 50 or whatever. So, wow, look at this. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Here's a bridge across the way, and in a minute I'll turn the camera back on. Wow. And you'll get to see who's right behind me. Stay tuned. All right, we'll show the trail here. There's a blaze, although I'm way up the mountain from Winding Stair Gap. So I've seen lots of blazes, but that's the first one maybe that you guys have gotten to see. Anyway, gorgeous, another just gorgeous day, kind of hot, sweating quite a bit already. It seems like when you go into town, when you come back out, it's harder. The hills are higher, you know, anyway, it's harder on your legs. Plus my pack is probably the heaviest it's been. My food bag has more in it than it's ever had, I suppose. So boy, my pack is weighing me down. Oh, and my back is hurting some this morning. It's not bad, but it's definitely not as good as the last couple of days. So please continue to pray for that, because boy, I don't want to have to worry about my back. I got enough with my vision to have to worry about my darn back. Anyway, everything else feels fabulous today. That blister on my little second toe still hurts. I put some KT tape on it, but other than that, feet feel good, and muscles are beginning to get acclimated to the hiking again. So ready to rock and roll. I ate yesterday twice at Willie's Barbecue right next to the Hampton Inn in Franklin, North Carolina, and it was fantastic. Teresa and I know a little bit about barbecue. Some of you know that. Those of you that don't, we cook a lot and do a little catering and stuff like that. So we know a little bit about barbecue. We're pretty picky. Normally restaurant barbecue is a letdown. But I'm going to tell you, Willie's was great. The pulled pork was moist and not overcooked. It was wonderful. The brisket was very, very good, and all the sides were fabulous. And the servers were great. The owner was in there, and I got to talk with her for a while. She came over and talked with me. So last night I had catfish. It was Good Friday, and they had, fish fry. And oh my goodness, that catfish was some of the best fish I've ever had, period. It was so good. Corn nuggets, delicious. And so I highly recommend Willie's Barbecue. So let me talk about resupply yesterday in Franklin. So hiking the trail, has its difficulties for me with my vision problems. But let me tell you, resupplying was even worse. Like leaving the hotel, I had to walk about nearly 3/4 of a mile to find a laundromat and a grocery store. And, when I can't see very far, that's hard. Anyway, I'd never been in a laundromat, really before. Didn't know how to work all the machines. And wow, that's kind of a ripoff. But anyway, got my clothes going, so I went next door to the grocery store. And, never having been in that grocery store and not being able to see well, it took me forever to get all my groceries. But I think I got most everything that I needed. I had to make 2 trips. I had to stop, go back and put my clothes in the dryer, and then go back over and finish grocery shopping. But it's very hard to not be able to see the prices and the quantities and all that junk. That's really, really difficult. Which I knew. People asked me going into this, like, what's your biggest fear? People thinking I'd get lost. I said, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about in town resupplying and stuff. That's most difficult. So anyway, but I got through it, and hopefully next time it'll be a little easier. But this time I'm headed out for like 2.5 days to get to the Nantahala Outdoor Center, and I'll spend the night there. Then 2.5 days to get to Fontana Dam, which is the gateway to the Smokies. So I'm basically carrying like 5 days of food with me, which is heavy. Anyway, but the trail right now, I'm kind of up the mountain a little bit, and it's going well. So let's see, I think that's all the thoughts so far. So really, really enjoying this. What an experience. I've gotten to meet so many people from all over, and it's really cool to get to talk to them and see where they're coming from. And anyway, thanks a lot so far. All right, so a couple days ago I went by a young lady that was from Germany and getting water, and I thought she might be hot, and I didn't talk with her very much, but this is her. We ran into each other again. So yeah, tell us who you are and where you're from.
I'm Saskia, or Nicole. Most of the time Nicole is easier. And I'm from Germany, from the north. Over Kiel, yeah, there's something between Hamburg and Denmark. There's a little part. And yeah, that's me.
And how do you like the Appalachian Trail so far?
It's good, but it's pretty exhausting because we don't have we have hills. There's 60 meters or something like that, so it's always an up and down and up and down. It's crazy.
And you just said you don't like the storms. We've had bad weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's crushed one of my tents.
Oh no! It crushed one of your tents.
Yeah, I had to buy a new one.
Okay. Here's her backpack. I don't know if you can see. Yep, pretty large pack. So, all right. Well, thank you for talking, Zastia. Very good.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks. Earlier, I said we're still sitting here with, or I'm still sitting here with Zastia, and I said, hey, look who showed up. I'll get him later. Here he is. Tell us again who you are.
I'm Stefan. My trail name is Sir Jefferson.
That's right.
And I was one night in Franklin, and now to restart it's so hard.
We were just talking. It's hard coming out of town. Your legs are heavy. So, yep, Sir Jefferson's not going to go as far as he thought maybe because his legs are heavy. Yeah, it's hot today too.
Yeah.
So, all right, thanks. Good to see you, man.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
Thanks.
Bye.
So, you got to see Sir Jefferson or whatever again, the guy from Switzerland. So that was cool. and I'm hoping to catch up with him and get to hike along for a while and find out more of his story. You met Zastia, the young lady from Germany. She was sitting down and invited me to sit, so I did. And oh, it was good. It was a nice breeze blowing, and so I ate some lunch and sat and visited with her a little bit. She had no idea what a disciple was. And so I was able to explain all that, what a disciple is and why I'm called disciple and all that. So coming from Germany, I don't think she had any understanding of Jesus. So anyway, that was cool. Boy, her pack is huge. I mean huge, and there's so much stuff on the outside of it. And she had an enormous food bag strapped to the top. And she said that's only part of her food. She had more inside. And she's not using trekking poles. And she's wearing all that warm clothing. My goodness. It's hot. Pretty warm out. I say hot. It's not. There's a nice cool breeze. But when you're going up these mountains, it's hot. Anyway, she could barely stand up with that pack. I have no idea what it weighs. But it looked painful. So, anyway, yeah. Nice day, and it's hard going, like Sir Jefferson and I both said. Coming out of town, it's like your legs are extra heavy. You'd think you'd be rested and like, you know, ready to go, but it's not. It's the opposite. You're like more tired and stuff. So is that going to stop me from going to town? Probably not. What was the first thing I did when I got in my room? Ran into the bathroom and washed my hands. Washed my hands with soap and running water. Oh, that felt good. So anyway, no, definitely get into town and get cleaned up. Yeah, I'm rambling, so I'll stop. So I'm stopped at the base of Seiler Bald. Ugh, maybe you can see it up there. But anyway, that little blister on my little toe is hurting. So I stopped to take care of it. So I got my medical kit out and put some cream on it, and I'm putting some of this KT tape around it before I even walk any further, because wow, that little sucker was starting to hurt pretty bad. So anyway, I'm going to head up to Seiler Bald, so I'll show you the views up there. So Mom, if you're watching, you can pause it or fast forward it or whatever, because Mom doesn't like the views that much. She says they all kind of look the same, which they do. But anyway, I am on top of Seiler Bald, and it's been a kind of a long day, or difficult day, I guess. And coming up here definitely added to that. Anyway, hopefully you can see behind me, see how beautiful this is. That way is south. Between me and the ladies right there is south. So that's where we came from. Yeah, and I guess I'll turn the opposite, and that way is north. That's where we're headed. So this is the first bald that we've had on the whole trail. So I had to make the side trip up here. It was kind of hard, but I think it's worth it. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm still up here on Seiler Bald, and there's a couple of friends up here with their dogs. So tell us who you are and introduce your dogs too, and where you're from.
All right, my name's Amy. I'm from Charlotte, and I came to visit my sister, and this is Murphy, named after Murphy.
Okay, very nice. What about you guys?
Heather, and I am from Murphy, and this is Jersey.
All right,
Baby Jersey.
and Jersey is the calmest Jack Russell I've ever seen.
She's our baby.
Yeah, excellent. What do you guys think of the Seiler Bald and the Appalachian Trail? And
Beautiful, yeah, beautiful. 360 view, and you feel like you're on top of the world right here.
Pictures cannot do that.
mm-hmm.
No.
Absolutely. All right, well, thanks, ladies.
Thank you, Kurt.
So here's one of these piped springs. Very nice and easy to get water out of. So thankful for that. I was running low and got here and got some water and drank a whole bunch and met a new friend while I was here. So
I'm
hello.
Summer Joes. I'm from Florida, Fort Lauderdale.
So what do you think of the trail so far?
I love it. It's awesome. It's hard, but it's worth it.
Yep, absolutely. And how'd you get the name Silvertoes?
My old boots, they were about 5 years old, and they were starting to fall apart at the front, so I duct taped the front of them, and I became Silvertoes.
Very good. And you got new shoes today?
I did.
So far
I'm gonna throw some duct tape on them, just to keep the name.
keep the name going.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So good.
Well, thanks so much.
Thanks.
All right, I got to share something with you guys. Someone told me, and I've been doing it, practicing it. If you have a bad knee or bad foot, a bad side, there's a way to walk that helps. And the rule is you leave your bad foot in hell, put your good foot in heaven. So my left knee, it's not really bothering me, but if I had one, it would be my left knee. Anyway, so I leave my left knee down, left foot down, step up with my good one. Put my good one in heaven, which is higher. Hell is lower. Same thing here. So place your bad one there, step up, and I'm telling you, you can't even feel anything. It's incredible. I'll try and look down. So bad foot right there, step up with the good one. And it's the same thing going down. You keep your good foot higher, lead with your bad foot. So right here, turn around, bad foot in hell, it's lower, lead with that and then follow up. And I mean, you don't even feel anything. It's incredible. So those of you that have bad knees or bad hips or whatever, try that when you're going upstairs or hiking or doing whatever you're doing. Going up, lead with your good one. Going down, lead with your bad one. Bad foot in hell, good foot in heaven. So just think about that. And wow, what a difference. Anyway, speaking of wow, I kind of strategies from the trail, I guess. First of all, I just met Pat and Ace in the Hole, two guys. They spent 2 days in Franklin. They're both listening to music, and so I didn't talk long. Kind of the rule on the trail is if people have earphones in, don't bother them. They stopped and were adjusting their phones, so we just talked for a minute, but I'm sure I'll run into them tomorrow. They're going to stop a little shorter than me, but I'll bet you tomorrow we run into each other. So anyway, but strategies from the trail, this far in now, 110, 120 miles, the pack is thinned out and people are doing all sorts of different distances. So it's not like you have to hurry up to the next shelter. So my plan, since I didn't start till 10:30, and then I went to the Siler Bald, I hung out there for, by the time I left the trail and got back to the trail, it was probably an hour. And then I sat and talked with the girl from Germany. I just sat back there at that spring and drank a liter of water where I met Silvertoes. So anyway, I haven't been making a lot of progress today. But my plan today is to just keep hiking. I'm going to hike later maybe than I have in the past. And as long as I've got water, or there's water there, I'm going to hike. If my feet let me, I'm going to hike until kind of late. I'm going to try and get some miles in so that my Monday going into the NOC will be shorter and I can enjoy time there, because I'm looking forward to seeing all the rafting and kayaking and all that. That'll be pretty cool. We're following a road. We just came out of Wayah Gap, so we're kind of going right alongside a road here. There's the view to the side. So Blaze and more stairs. Remember, bad foot in hell, good foot in heaven. So lead with the good one, and you don't even feel it. It is incredible. Physical therapist told a guy that was hiking, and he told me, or whatever. And so anyway, we've been practicing, and it's working. But anyway, yeah, I don't even know the name of where I'm going to go. Basically, I'll go anywhere where there's water, and I can stealth camp. So my goal would be still do 10 or maybe even 12 miles today, but we'll see. Anyway, coming up another hill. Imagine that. All right, we're on a Forest Service road here. I don't know the the name or number. It doesn't matter. We're on a big mountainside headed up. But here's a guy I've been passing back and forth all day. We keep running into each other. So tell us who you are and where you're from.
Hi, I'm Tim, and I'm tired. Decided to take a break here.
You bet.
And I'm from Buffalo, New York, and I'm on the trail because I was burning out, and I'm fighting fire with fire, and I'm rebooting my hard drive and adjusting my carburetor, so to speak. So I go back to work, I'll be fresh as a daisy.
Very good. What do you think of the AT overall so far?
10 times harder than I thought it was going to be. So, read books, saw movies, thought I got this. I even trained up and down a toboggan hill near me in a park. And there is nothing, unless you do this every day, go up and down a mountain with a 40-pound pack on your back, you're never prepared. And so you get prepared by doing the actual trail.
Yeah, very nice, man. Thanks a lot, Tim. Kind of an interesting spot here. All these trees are broken off. Looks like maybe wind damage or something, but came up over that Wayah mountain, I guess it was, and kind of on the back side now, snaking along here. It's really a neat, like, valley. And praise the Lord, there's a good breeze behind me. I'm getting pretty tired, and my feet are hurting, namely my blister on that second toe on my left foot. Wow, not a ton of fun. That's kind of the typical at the end of a day. It's 4:40, so this is getting to be later in the day. I think I've still got a ways to get to like the next shelter, so I'm going to be hiking for a while today. Getting started late and then going up to Seiler Bald has really set me back, which is okay. I just got to make sure I get somewhere flat with water before dark so I can get set up, and although I can set up in the dark if I need to. Anyway, this is really an interesting, kind of a unique hike this last mile or two. It's just been the side of the mountain is different. There's the upside, so. Anyway, rest of the body, my back is feeling good. Rest of my body's doing okay. I would take some ibuprofen for my feet if I would eat something, but that means stopping and getting food out and all that, and I'd rather just kind of keep going. So hopefully I can get where I'm headed sooner rather than later. So that's my strategy, right, wrong, or otherwise. That's my strategy, but who knows, I may stop soon and take some ibuprofen. So just came out of the woods and walking up to Wayah Bald. I'm actually on the Appalachian Trail right now, and it's a paved path, but look at what the fires have done. I'll show you the view up there, but wow, everything is just black, scorched. So anyway, boy, feet are tired. I'm tired. Looks like the trail goes this way. I didn't see any changes, so anyway, I'll get you up here on top of the Bald. All right, well, up here on top of Wayah Bald, let's see if we can read that sign. Just met a really nice family from Franklin, North Carolina. They'll know who they are. They got 5 kids, and one's a 6-week-old little baby. So just met them and talked for a while. They're gonna subscribe to the channel. Oh boy, look at the fire devastation. Wow. But look at the views, man. Anyhow, then I just met a couple from England, too. That was pretty neat. So they're here for a while, driving from Las Vegas to Florida, I think. So I am standing on the Appalachian Trail. There it is. And we are at Wayah Bald Shelter. There's my tent. There's some girls from Florida. I'm not sure whoever set up down there. Anyway, this is the girl B, or Bryony, or whatever her name is, from London. There's Tim over there in that hammock. You met Tim earlier. And then there's a whole bunch of people further down and down at the shelter. Down there, it is 10 minutes to 8 o'clock. And boy, my feet are done. There's the sunset. You can just sort of see up there. It's a beautiful evening. I mean, it's marvelous. I've got my puffy jacket on and my shorts, and I'm going to be looking forward to getting into my tent and sleeping tonight. My body is very tired from today. My little toes got now 2 blisters on it. One on the bottom, which has been there for a while, and one on top. So they were very painful at the end of the day. And anyway, just tired. 10 miles today, which is pretty good considering the late start, and then going up to Seiler Bald also. So I'm happy with that. I'm very happy that I got 10 miles done. So I got 17 more to go to the NOC, the Nantahala Outdoor Center. So tomorrow my goal would be to do around 12 and leave me about 5 to do on Monday. So tomorrow's Easter. Boy, I'm super excited about your guys' opportunity to go celebrate the resurrection. Anyway, I think that's probably it for the day. So we'll get ready for bed. Good night, everybody.